Welcome, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Get Deep podcast. I'm your host, Ian, aka Dano. And today we got another special guest, man. This guy is an entrepreneur, a rapper, a businessman in the flesh, and he's only 20 years old. Today we have Baby T in the flesh. How are you doing, man?
Doing y'all, man. Doing good, doing good.
Doing good, bro. Liking the merch, bro. I just heard he had just dropped a new album. It just came out. Go ahead, give a little description about it.
Yeah, final stage out now. All platforms, go grab that. Got some of the biggest names from the city of Detroit on there. I got BabyTee, Babyface Ray. That's just a few. Go going to see, go grab it out right now. It's fire.
On Baby Tron, Babyface Ray. First, I like Babyface Ray. Big fan. Didn't even realize and recognize that. It's awesome. I like Corporate Thuggin', the best song. I'm saying it right now. Corporate Thuggin', the best song on the whole album.
Man, I don't know, man.
That's my personal take. When you sent it to me on Apple Music, I played it as soon as I got out of my car, and that was the first one. I was like, yep, the cadence, the style, the flow, it felt like you meshed with it perfectly.
Hell yeah.
I like that. Before we get in to all the rap, I want to kind of get a background on where you come from, man. Where it started? Where did the inspiration come from to be a rapper? Was it always there? Was it cultivated?
I'm not gonna lie. I did not always plan to be a rapper. Like, I'll say about 2018, 2019. That's when I started high school, freshman year, BabyTron. Like, that's when he first started. Like, he wasn't popping, famous, nothing, but my homie came to school playing him. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Who is this guy? So I played him more, played him more. I'm like, he's fired. The bar, the delivery. This nigga's fired. So I'm playing his shit every day, and that's it. So I'm like, yep, I'm gonna go on my phone, make a few songs, do a little thing, like, trying to be like him type thing. I did that shit, and I'm like, yeah, this shit fun. It's definitely fun. My homies was saying, like, yeah, bro, you got it, bro. Keep on going, get better. That's what I did. It became a hobby. But Baby Tron, he definitely got me started with this shit. Yeah, man. Just from there, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So growing up there, everybody rap. Not everybody rap, but
Yeah,
rap is definitely a big thing there.
yeah,
It's either rapping, selling, or death.
yeah.
That's
So
it.
there's not a lot of options you had, and you feel rap was just it was just something. But Baby Char, I know you told me Baby Char was one of your favorite artists, but I didn't know if he was literally the guy that put you on to rap that you were like, I want to do this thing for real.
Literally. And that's why, like, when I first started listening to him, I'm like, hell yeah. I need a song with this nigga. That was one of my biggest features I ever thought about doing. I'm like, he's my top one feature,
Really?
and he's on that album.
Baby Tron, I get that is awesome. It's kind of cool to see how people can be influenced. Baby Tron, like I said, I wasn't a huge fan when I've heard him. I've heard a lot of his stuff, but I know that I gave him a second chance and he's fired. But to see that he's already influencing the next generation to where you've already got features from him is pretty crazy to see in only a short amount of time. Most people can't pull that off. Very
No, for real.
impressive. But you said you grew up in Michigan?
Nah, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Michigan, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm not thinking Wisconsin is gonna be very dangerous down there. What's that like? What was your childhood like kind of growing up?
Like I said, that's why I don't just say Wisconsin. I say Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
It's the Milwaukee part that people gotta get to their head. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like it's dangerous, bro. Like, everywhere you step, you gotta watch where you're going. You can't just sit in the car. Like, a lot of trends that's popping off right now, it came from my city, Milwaukee.
yeah,
The car stealing, all the dancing, the claps and the songs for the beats and shit. That all came from Milwaukee.
mm,
Like, it's dangerous there for sure. And Milwaukee, Detroit, we're neighbors. So
yeah.
Detroit, Milwaukee,
That do make
it's
sense.
the same thing.
I'm not gonna judge a book by its cover. I come from Iowa, and people always think it's cornfields, but you get to certain parts of the city, it's Always something going down, but Milwaukee, I never would have guessed that. So how
Yeah.
long you been living down in Nashville now?
I just moved back from Milwaukee. I'll say yeah, like last year. So I've been here for about a year now, a year or two.
So for you, were you staying in Milwaukee previously? And the reason why I asked, I was wondering, was moving here like a strategic move for music, or was it more just kind of getting a fresh start?
Not even, bro, because like we moved here to Tennessee, like peak COVID, 2020.
Mm.
I was in high school still. I think a sophomore or something. It was on my mom. I didn't care. I knew like, she had her reason for doing it. I seen like, okay, I can get new fans, new scene. So I was like, all right. But yeah, 2020, I finished out high school, senior year. After I graduated, I went back to Milwaukee for a year. Then after that year, that's when I came back here, and now I'm here.
So it wasn't even for like the rap scene. It was just kind of happened like the luck of the draw.
Yep.
So since being down in Nashville, there's a show going on every night, all night, as some kind of show. I know you performed, you're kind of doing your own little thing, but is there anything upcoming like in Nashville we should be looking for, especially with the release of the new album that just came out?
I'm not really focused. I mean, like Nashville is the big city, but I want to get that Bridgestone Arena.
Mm.
So for that, I got things going on in Clarksville, like little side shows and shit, little gigs there. I want to hit they big arena there. It's X1 Bank Arena.
Yeah,
So I'm taking a little step to, get to that arena.
just
And like
build.
I want to get to the
Yeah, just kind of building the process, paying your dues, and putting the money, getting the money going, getting the flow going. I see you always got the no money shortage merch. Where did that come from? I see you had the pouch, you had the shirts. I see you working on logos. Is this like your personal brand, or is it like a collective? And how did it start?
yeah, it's a group thing. High school, we were just like, we need a group name, something we can represent, something we can go by every day. I just thought, let me see, we went through a few names, it wasn't clicking. I was just like, internet, no money shortage.
No money
And shit,
shortage. So
no money shortage. We all get it. We don't want to keep it coming. Everybody need it. Shit, no money shortage.
no money shortage. I like that. So you're trying to not only build like the rap scene, but you're trying to have like the business side going with that, as in the merch, the clothing. I know you previously talking about you cut hair, you cut a haircut business. So now that you kind of have like two
And it's tatted on me.
tatted on you is crazy. Fully kid repping them. Honestly, it's dedication. You know what? Full sin dedication. I like that. But now that you have kind of like two whole businesses, the career of rap, music, or haircuts, merch, like which one is which one came first? Was the music and the business kind of like a collective? Because I know you said you wanted to cut hair previously off camera. Is that still like, I want to do my haircut business, I want to do the clothing business, or is that kind of just like maybe after the rap kind of gets through?
I mean, like that's kind of like the battle because it's like in the mess, no money shortage. It's money in cutting hair. It's money in rap. I can't really pick between the two
Yeah,
and just cut off income. So it's basically just like, whichever one comes up. But rap is always more of a hobby. Like every big rapper, they'll tell you, like do business first. Like never just throw all your eggs in one basket with
mm,
rap. Rap is just something I'm not gonna say no for fun, but like that's what it is. Yeah, like the shows and all this stuff, but after that, what are you gonna have? What are your kids gonna have?
yeah,
Yeah. So that's why I wanna have just like the cutting hair aspect of it as right there, like something to fall back on and more just something like so I can just
yeah.
uh, live life and just cause I enjoy it. I just do that just like weekend things or whatever. I don't know. I haven't really thought it all the way through that, but I mean, cause I started cutting hair at 14. I started rapping, I think about 15.
Man,
So cutting hair definitely came first.
look, business is always first, and I like what you said about it's always got to be almost like a hobby. And I was talking with my mentor about it the other day about like when you're pursuing stuff like this, he said it's always hit or miss, and especially in industry, like you can blow up real fast, and just as quick as you can blow up, you can burn out. Like it's just you never know how it's gonna go. Having a career or something could fall, like continue having cash flow is key. That's a very entrepreneurial mindset that I wish I had learned a lot sooner. But who inspires you, like business wise, to kind of keep that mindset? Because I know a lot of rappers. You know, you got like the Baby, you got like Gucci Mane, you got like all these other artists have clothing lines, business lines. Like, was there an inspiration, or you always had the I gotta claim?
Okay,
You said what?
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Where did Kanye come from? I was not expecting Kanye.
I always wear Adidas. I love the track fans. I always wear Yeezy. And just his, like, people think he crazy, all this stuff. No, it's the media, of course. But he's a marketing genius.
He really
He
is.
knows he knows what he's doing. As many times as Adidas or whatever, tried to shut him out, he still made his money. He still is on top.
You know what?
So,
The rap game loves Kanye. Kanye does have a full business, and even though they tried kicking him, is he still? I know he got like kicked out from his own like company, but is he still gone? Or I'm guessing he still gets residuals, and even then, he has like other companies he can
yeah,
in.
I'm not sure about that, but I just know like he's still doing what he needs to do. He just had a show in North Korea, a listening event, sold out arena, North Korea,
North
sold
Korea.
out.
I didn't know people know about Kanye in North Korea. But getting back more towards the music, as well as creating music, which is like the fun part about it. There's also like a lot that goes on the side where you're going through marketing, social media. It's would you tell me about like the process for an artist? Like not only like everybody has talent in this world. There's so many people that go their whole life without even getting known just because they just were at wrong place, wrong time. What's like that process? Because I know the film process, social media, but the music process is just as cutthroat and ruthless. And in a city like Nashville, everybody and their mama's doing music. What's that process look like for you?
I mean, yeah, man, like I said, you just gotta sit down some time. Like for me personally, I don't write. I don't have to write just based on my background where I came from. Like I can freestyle, you
Free
know,
all your songs
freestyle
freestyle.
most of them. Like I have an album called The X Files where I recorded. It's a 30-track album.
Yep.
I recorded a song a day for a whole month. Mixed, mastered all by me. 30 days. Didn't write none of it.
Just
Just
freestyle.
straight.
Each day you just talked about literal life experience.
Yep.
That is crazy.
That's why I love rap, just because I can talk about where I came from and just hope that people can see they're not the only one going through things and that they can overcome it too. And
And
just have something to relate to and and it's a fire music so they can ride around to, get money to, just bump it.
I heard that. So not only you're making music, but there's a message you're trying to leave behind to people.
Definitely,
People that have been through some real life problems and issues. You want to kind of relate that there's a way out.
definitely, because it
So
is.
tell us about, because I know you mentioned, Milwaukee's like a dangerous place, but like, what was childhood like for you? Was it like, are you a big family person, or you and your mom? What was it like for growing up? Was it cool? Like just a little press to kind of get people to know about it.
I mean, yeah, childhood. I love my family. We're all close. It's 8 of us.
Big
Uh,
family,
yeah, it's 8 of us. I'm the fourth. I'm the fourth.
middle child. Yep,
Yep.
I know how that be.
Yeah, I mean, we had a decent childhood growing up. Not the biggest home, but not the shittiest. Was, but we came from the shittiest. But the way my mom was, she never let us see that side or
Uh,
let that to know, like, okay, we're poor.
yeah,
She always made sure, we got what we needed, food, clothes, roof, the basic essentials.
she was a hero
Have,
locking in.
yeah,
I like that. Right. I like so that's the whole like where you know you're poor but it doesn't like feel like you're poor. Bro, that hits me right here because I remember when I was young, bro, I had the same experience where I was like, we didn't have a lot, but like there was always enough. Like I had to like buy my own stuff. I couldn't afford the sports here. And it didn't really hit me that we were poor until I was at my church. And I always forget this. And they were doing like food drives for like the poor people. And they came knocking on our door first that same next day. And I was, we're poor?
that's diabolical.
Bro, like, bro, the whole food pantry, bro. I remember that. I remember that when I was young, but that's like a testament because, like I said, my mom raised 8 kids as well. 8 kids by herself, but we never, like, again, like, we always had it, but it was just enough. And I never really felt like poor or, put out. It just, shout out all the moms out
Yeah,
there
no,
like
for
that.
real. She definitely my hero because she did a lot. She did a lot for sure and made sure that we're all good. And that's why I really started making merch. Just because all since a kid, to make it easier for her, like I bought my own backpack. I bought my own clothes, didn't try to be such a burden on her so she can do more for the other kids type thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just really it. And I'm like, it all stemmed down to no money shortage.
No money short. I don't like that. You had that as soon as you get big, buying the house for it, right? Yes, sir. Buying the house, retiring.
That the
Heard that. So you have 3 older siblings, 4 younger siblings.
yep.
So now that you have a younger siblings, is it like your whole family, music industry, like, or are they all kind of spread out? Because the reason I ask is all my family, interesting. My dad was like, my birth dad was like an entrepreneur, a rapper. He did some acting or writing. He did a whole bunch of stuff. Whatever money was
Yeah.
made, he was trying to make. And all his kids, all my siblings, were all doing something in the entertainment industry. They're all rappers, producers. I'm doing acting. I got siblings trying to do business. Is it the same thing with your family where like they all got that creative touch, or is it kind of just you?
We're all definitely creative, but it's just my older brother. One of them, he's a rapper, really rich. He's featured on almost all my songs. He's uh, he's actually on the album, The Final Stage,
Yep.
with Baby Try and all of them. He's on there. And my other brother, like he's a teacher, school teacher, and just my other brother, manager, retail store, T-Mobile. But no, we're the only two that's in the music industry.
So do you think you got that creative side from your mom or from your dad? What do you think is the source that is like where you kind of get it come? 'Cause we all have genetics from our parents that get passed down generation, not just looks, but like habits and talents like that they have, they could pass that down to you.
I mean, I definitely got the creative touch, I feel like, from my mom, but the hustle, the drive, the no money, my dad, of course.
Mm.
Just seeing what he all, seeing both of them, like they both have it for sure. Just stems from watching my mom, get it every day, get up, provide for us. Like I looked up, I'm like, bill is paid every month, whatever bills are paid. We have food. It was never a time that we seen we were poor because she did her job,
Yeah.
made sure. My dad, same thing, did his job. So it really comes from both of them, but the creative touch, my mom for
Definitely the
sure.
mom gave it to you. That. Are you close with your dad? Are y'all still like closer?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But he lives in Minnesota.
Minnesota. So you be frequent in Minnesota or just like every now and then I'll be going down there?
Every now and then.
I hear that. Like I said, it's always interesting because I was adopted, so I didn't meet a lot of my family until I was already learning about, just I got a whole family that's all in the creative industry right over here.
Yeah.
Business, acting, writing, we're all doing different stuff. And you got two siblings, you and your brother really rich. I have seen you tag, or I have seen you collab. Have y'all like made any plans? What's your plan to do when y'all both get big? Like, are y'all gonna, is he part of No More Shortage, like, is the business, or are y'all gonna do, I don't know if it's a whole album before? Like, how do y'all make that music? And how do y'all like, because if you freestyle, like, he be writing for you, or, you know what I mean? Like, y'all be switching out songs and like going through features?
Nah, bro, we're the exact same. He's still in Milwaukee, so
Yeah.
he's seeing it day by day. You know, a day for him, that's 20 songs. So
20
he don't
songs
have to
one
write
day.
songs. He don't have to write. I don't have to write because I've been through it. And me personally, I'm aware. I see everything. I've soaked in everything. So I just know how it is right now, and it can bring out that emotion in me and bring out the memory and all of that
Mm,
on the track. So I don't physically have to be there anymore. Rap about it.
heard that. So it's like you're not really like, there's no cap, there's no makeup. It's more like you're just literally expressing like trauma, or like expressing like emotions out of you. And that like healing process, does that like, like resolve any kind of trauma you've endured, or is it just kind of like, I'm just kind of telling like it's history?
That's basically what it is. Like I wouldn't say trauma, but just like I said, like just spreading awareness, letting everybody know like what's going on there, what I've been through. Because people think they've been through worse than everybody.
Mm.
Like, oh, I've been through so much, I've been through so much, I can't do this. But they don't know the next person literally been through something way worse,
Yeah,
and they're still going, and they're still going.
exactly.
That's
I
that's basically
100% agree. Privilege is invisible to those that have it. Like I said, people have a complicated life. Lord knows I've had a complicated life, but I try not to make a big deal, because somebody always in the world's got to work. Somebody's always struggling, was always suffering. Like I said, Baby Tron for you was that inspiration. And now you be the inspiration to somebody else that they need to help them keep going. But I know you said you've been through a lot. We don't got to get into that. But like, what was like a catalyst that kind of like molded you as a person like here today? And I ask because I think every person has, like, whether you go through it now or later, that moment where it's like, whether it's dramatic or it's inspiring, but like that one defining thing, you're like, man, this really changed literally me. Like, I had grown, I had to evolve on be something different.
man. I can't really say it's just my whole life. My whole life, like I said, I'm aware. I've been seeing like the surroundings and all that. I just want to see us, finally get what we deserve. Just
Mm,
watching my every day. We've been through like 30 houses, maybe more than that,
mm.
moving the house, the house, the house. Seeing her get up every single day, slaving, working, doing what you got to do. Came home, food, clothes, wash, clean house, get up next day. I'm tired of it. I want to break that curse. I want to break that curse, and it
Curse.
starts.
Yeah, that's deep. That break that curse. I like how you said that, because a lot of people, and like I said, I don't know how spiritual you are, but a lot of things we have, like you said, could be curses, like generational. It could be oppressed on the family. Like the poverty we go through could be imparted, like ancestors, and y'all ain't even did nothing. Y'all is dealing with the aftermath. And for you to recognize that, hey, like, this is something that we could break, this is something that you could break, is huge, because most people don't even get to that space of a
You know,
generational curse. Do
and
you?
that's why I really, bro, like I started meditating like for months straight, straight through to really get down to the root and get down to the core because it all stems back to, like you said, the ancestors.
And
We
so,
got to do that, see how we can do better, see how we can break that curse, start building that generational wealth. Got to get down to the dirt.
Yeah, you got to get to the roots. Like you said, go back to the roots. So are you big into like spirituality or like you said, like just energies, vibrations, trauma? Like, what's that like? Where does that come from?
Yeah, I don't know if you like that term, spirituality. We're all spiritual.
Yeah.
You got a spirit, I got a spirit, she got a spirit, we all got a spirit. It's just, are you tapped into that spiritual side of you?
All
That's
right.
what it is.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, but I wanna break it down for people in here. So like, what are some things you would say that would help people tap into their spiritual side to kind of get to know themselves? Not only that, but like know their family themselves.
All I can say is meditate. That is the key to meditation. Because you have to go within first to be able to interact with the outside world. First, you have to go within and fight them battles, fight everything you've been holding in, fight things you don't know about yourself. Then you will start really bringing up
Yeah.
space to receive new information.
Got to empty out the closet. You got to pull out the demons from the closet. And like I said, I've already went through part of this process. I'm asking for people who haven't, but like I said, I don't necessarily believe in spirituality, but I do believe the spirit realm exists. Whatever happens in the spirit happens first before it happens in the present. So like my poverty, generational curses, for example, like the things your parents dealt with or ancestors dealt with and they didn't fix, it gets passed on to us. Whether it was, like greed, anger, violence, addiction, like even if it's drinking too much, like a lot of these things we're dealing with, they've been passed down. And like if we don't work on ourselves and heal, we're gonna pass that on to our kids. Like I said, not only is genetic, but you're passing on traits of your literal parents are gonna pass on to you. We are adapting learning for the
But I'm
spiritual.
tired of it, I gotta be that person to just shut it off. I'm not passing down no bad traits, no bad habits. Like I'm living this life for the future generation of my kids,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth.
So what was the hardest thing that you had to like let go of? You would say that like that was like a hard hold, or even like maybe you haven't, but like it's something that was like, man, this was a demon that had to be gone, especially elevate to the next level. You know what I mean? Like you said, to heal, to let go.
I don't know. I can't really say because I let things go as they come. Like I never form a big attachment to things
Mm,
because you know I'm only elevating. Attachments only bring you down.
mm.
So
Okay,
I
wait.
can't.
Tatter's
I
only
can't.
bring you down. Break that down. What do you mean by that? Let's expand on that. Attachments only bring you down. You mean like attachments to people, attachments to like the
Anything
ideas that like are your problems. Like,
like the lower vibration things, like whether it's weed or we can just say lower vibrational food or people. They want to attach to you and keep you at that vibration
mm,
while you're trying to go up. You can't have them pulling on your energy while you're trying to go up.
facts.
So you can let that go so you can fully ascend.
Okay, good. See, like, and this is where, like, I know we talk about, or I like to talk about, like, God, and I know you don't necessarily have the same beliefs, but it's so deep because, like you said, the lower vibrations, there's like things that literally like to keep you at a certain level spiritually. Like you said, whether it's weed or like having sexual immorality, lust, porn, like there's these things that will literally keep you in a lower energy state. Like as men, we have a life force in us that needs to be expanded. That's why lust is a big one that will keep you in a low vibration. When you're giving that away, you're lowering your energy because that is literally life that is going to come at you. That's where your creativity comes from. And like you said, I was talking to my mentor about this, like everything's a spiritual thing. Once you recognize that, it really like opens the door because when you do this, you're opening yourself to a spiritual experience, good or bad. You know what I mean? I have people that believe like weed opens up the conscience to elevate yourself to like the spiritual realm. But with the good comes the bad of the spiritual realm. And a lot of people are lowering themselves, doing drinking habits every day, smoking every day, watching things they shouldn't every day. And they don't know that's like literally the only thing that's holding you back. Me included. I'm preaching that myself. I'm not
Uh,
point fingers at nobody, you know what I mean? But it's good to see that we don't even have the same beliefs, but we're already tapped into the spiritual exists and energy is crazy. But now that we know what lowers it, what do you think elevates your energy? What does somebody do for themselves? Kind of like get out of that. Meditation is one clearly.
Everyday things, bro, like the natural things, just earth, getting the proper sun, water, eating the good things, like really like fruit. Because in fruit, it has its natural sugars. It has the natural water. It's called H3O. This is H2O.
Yeah,
And fruit, it has water 3O, which is what we really should just be eating and drinking. We should be eating our water, not drinking it.
thanks. Hey, again, this is crazy stuff because I'm finally getting to that point where it's looking at the diet and all the processed foods and how it's polluted. And like you said, I'm going on a meat, fruit, eggs, veggie kind of like diet. You can get all your protein, carbs, are in fruits, sugars are in fruits. You can get a lot of it from fruits, and you can eat just about as much as you want. And even more so, to raise your energy, like you said, I like to do this once a week. I go for a walk, and I go for like a 4-5 mile walk, and I put on some music, nothing like negative, but like anytime I'm feeling down or like angry, I've had days where I was literally like pissed. I get outside, go for a walk for like 20 minutes. I'm in the best mood ever. But
No,
people,
for
like some
real.
people, it sounds like cliche or corny, like, yeah, I feel earth,
Yeah,
clean. But like when I'm eating clean, taking care of myself, when I get some done, my brain isn't cloudy. There's no brain. And this is why, again, that's important, like you said, to have no attachments. Because once you have those things that attachments, the things that will cloud your mind, it's very scary to see what it's like without that cloud. And that's why I was telling you about like the catalyst. Like everybody has their thing. And like for me, like my mom was killed in 2020. Yeah. Yeah, for real. It was very just random and dark. I spent like that was like the first time I was like by myself. I had to like there was nowhere to like cope or I wasn't smoking or drinks. I just had nothing but my thoughts. And that's where I had to go through the closets, I had to work on figuring out why I'm alive even to be there, like just that process, and I
yeah,
had to do it by myself, which is why when I say people are always smoking something or drinking something, it's because there's so much we have to deal with and we have to deal with. But when you don't let that, it just builds up and eventually nobody wants to look at it. I didn't. I had literally no choice. I was literally forced. There was nobody around me. I had no family down there. I had no friends down there. I was like, I got no choice but to work on myself. And I really like the whole, I'm going to use that, no attachments, just no attachments to things because it will literally cloud your soul. And this is why people get stuck. And I
yeah.
see everybody has potential in life to do something great. It doesn't necessarily equal wealth or status, but like we all have a purpose that is bigger than ourselves. It's up for us to find that purpose. But what we do is we get lost in the mix of everything else. And if we can get, like you said, no attachments where you can just let go, clear your mind, and be open to like to know the life is coming from you, not at you, everything gets easier and you have most progress.
Yeah.
Again, I really like the whole, I'm going to say that, it's no attachments. And Lord knows I have my attachments, but no attachments. So you're big into like a very healthy, healed kind of mindset. Where did that come from? 'Cause
I
my
don't want to
safety
say
is
like all throughout you were talking, I want to say, just meditation, meditation. Like I'm
meditation.
telling you, like that's all where it comes from. Just I had like you had your time in the closet. That was my time in the closet. Just the dark room. You're gonna have some big battles in them sessions. And meditation, like it isn't really just sit down, eyes closed like this. Right now, this is meditation.
Mm. Okay, hold on. Expand on that's what, and this is why I was gonna ask about what kind of meditation, because I have my own little practice. Everybody has their own little practice. I'll do my timer. I set a timer. I just get my breath right. and try to clear my mind, I imagine it like flushing out thoughts until it's black. And then when I get done with that, I practice gratitude. I gotta, get on a positive mindset. And then after I do that, I'll start like going through my requests about like what I want, what I need, what is healing for other people. When I do that, I can pray. For me, that's like meditation. It clears my mind and I can burden myself. How do you like meditate? What's your process to get into that state?
I'm really, I'll set the tone, set a grounding point, set a base on, like what's, like what I really want to focus on in that meditation. And I'll just, stretch. You got to stretch first. Like if we're talking about just base meditation,
Yeah.
like leg thrust, all that, stretch, stretch, drink water. And then, no timer. Forget a timer.
No timer?
It's until you, what I want to say, it's until you can face whatever you got going on in your head.
Like that was revealed to you almost. Okay,
Yeah.
so if I want to do baby T's style of meditation. It's no timer, but it's pick a certain issue or thing I want to focus on. And then do you like think about that and wait? Do you close your eyes and do you do breathing technique, or is it just kind of like we're in a chair, you stretch and you just kind of sit and you focus on that until you find a solution almost?
Not even the chill. Like I'd like the full thing, dark room. I have the music going. The initial thought in my head, like, okay, this is the base of the meditation, you know. But really going into it, it's all breath work. Breath work. Just get lost in your breath, get lost in your breath, and whatever comes up at you, don't throw it away, but resolve it one by one. Whatever comes up, bam, resolve it, figure it out, knock it out, back to your breath, back to your breath. Whatever comes up next, resolve it, knock it out, back to the breath. That's basically all it is, just knocking out things as they come.
That's what you meant. See, this is why it's good. Deep, Let's Get Deep podcast on all platforms. But yeah, like no money shortage. So you think of this like whatever thought pops up. Says I like to flush in my thoughts and like you said, clear your mind to let things surface. But I try to identify with every thought that comes up because a lot of thoughts are not us. They're not like our brain speaking our desires. It's our brain just saying stuff at us and up for us to like filter through. At least I
And that's
believe.
why I say meditating, like you can't be thinking a lot. You can't think, because things are always gonna come up. You think about a door, you're gonna think, door. It's a door. You gotta open the door, obviously. So that's more thinking. Meditation is it's a time to stop thinking. We're always thinking. We're human. Whole day we're thinking about something. So meditation is time for you to just sit down, stop thinking for a minute, and that's why I say whatever comes up, you resolve it.
Yeah.
You
So
resolve it. If you don't go in there just thinking, because if you're thinking, you're not meditating.
I like that. Being present, the power of presence, being here in this very moment, this very time. There is no noise.
And what you keep on saying, like we're human beings.
Not humans doing, we're humans being. Yes, sir. I like that. So, and this is where presence is important. And as you get like present, your body, your soul is gonna like unearth the things you need to either do or things you need to let go. And that's where it comes back to facing yourself, allowing yourself to just be in that space, unmedicated, unfilled with anything, and allow yourself to just feel like you got to face it. And this is why I say, go on fast, remove something. I'm currently doing no secular wrap and no buying sugars like or candies or cakes. I like to eat those things, man. I get, what I'm saying, the cravings, but it's like challenging myself to just explore more beyond my comfort, allowing yourself to to open yourself up to experience something. I tell people that, people want to accept something, but sometimes you're so full, you won't receive something new. So to receive something new, something's got to come out. If you have,
You definitely got to stay uncomfortable. Like if you're comfortable every day, that's a problem.
yeah,
You're vulnerable. You should just stay uncomfortable. If you don't feel like doing something, do it. You don't want to get out of bed, get out of bed. You don't want to drink water, drink it. You don't want to eat this, do it. Like, because that is the negative energy wanting to pull you down and keep you right at that low state, that comfortable space of thinking.
yeah.
That's why you gotta just do it. Just stay uncomfortable. Don't be comfortable. Always keep on moving.
So you be taking them cold showers, right, to kind of keep yourself shocked. Freeze
Definitely.
showers. I like that. Like I said, this is stuff that I'm very familiar with, but I like the idea of doing something again that challenges you, and I put that out to everybody. Have one single week to allow yourself to experience something new because I'm a lazy person. I'm being honest. I'm an introvert. I like to stay inside and relax. But it's like you have to sh- sh- shock yourself a little bit because again, I believe that God has a plan for every single person. I don't think people are born by mistake. So if we're all here for a purpose, that means, and think about it this way, I believe God is an all-loving God who cares about everybody. So let's take that belief in. We'll sit with that. Okay, we're here for a purpose, and the person who put us on here has nothing but love for us. So if he wants nothing but love, he wants nothing but the best. We're gonna, just put some common law behind my belief. So if that belief is, that means there's something he put me here that's better than what I expect. However my life is living, it could always be better. If your life is always better, and it's not good right now, that means you're not operating at your best self. You're not allowing yourself to be used. You're not allowing him to give you, whether it's the universe or God. I think that he loves you unconditionally. Whatever you believe is what you're going to reflect, which is something I'm very getting into. Like, what do you think about the idea that how your life is now is because you believe it serves you? So, like you said, the attachment for one. People will smoke weed because they believe weed serves them. Whether it becomes a or it's an addiction where they can't let go and they're like, man, I got to do it every day. You do it every day because you believe it helps you every day. If you did it, your body would expel it like it expels a sickness or it heals a cut or a person that you don't like. You're like, I can't be around them. You will remove things from your life. So when
Oh
you
yeah,
believe
definitely.
that everything is here for me, the only issue is me pushing everything else away, whether it's literal fear of the unknown or just comfort, we allow our situation to become us and convince it's the world punishing us for it.
I love fear. I love it. I don't let fear drive me. Fear, I love it. Like weed, I use weed. Like I feel like weed couldn't be bad unless you make it bad. It all
Yeah,
stems down to that
I agree.
meditation. If you figured out everything within, you can smoke weed. Because
Facts.
now what you smoking it for, for pleasure. Just, for the feels, all of that thing. Like, it's been times where I smoked weed, will stop smoking it for like, months, smoke it, stop for like a week. Like right now, I haven't smoked weed since March.
Yeah,
I can do that. I can smoke it, stop it. Like, it's not attached to me. I don't need it, you know? That's how it should be. I don't need anything.
I 100% agree. And again, it comes down to like, what do you place value in? If we're placing value in a low energy outcome, like again, weed, it's just an object in and of itself.
God,
God, I like that. Yes, sir. Thank you. The value comes from God. Again, like I know we don't, you haven't said you were a Christian, but like where does your belief in God or understanding of God come from? Like what would you say you believe in?
I believe in God. I believe in the world. I don't just Christian, Catholic, any spirituality, God. All these religions have in common is there's a God. I don't get into all the other stuff, eight gods, the 20, there's a God.
Yeah,
We all do the same thing. We're all here for the same reason, but we all got to find our different purposes.
yeah,
But it all comes down to God. I don't. necessarily like the idea of a religion. I feel like it ties you down to the lower energies here.
Mm. I like,
Like God, like I don't feel like he would. I don't know. It's just something about the religion that,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Again, I've gotten to a point, I still have the beliefs under a Christian belief, but I believe more in my personal relationship with Jesus, with God. I believe that Jesus is the Son of God. And Joseph said this, Joseph, our boss, he said, when I asked him what he believed, because I wasn't quite sure, he said, I'm a follower of Jesus. And I like that because he didn't say I was a Christian or Orthodox Christian or, whatever, Catholic Christian. He just said, I'm a follower of Jesus. And people, again, with religion, I think, like you said, complicates things when, like, the premise of the base is God. My personal
God,
base would be just Jesus. Base level. I don't know what to do. There is a source that I can look at of a person who lived, in my belief, a perfect life. So if I follow a person who is perfect and he tells you just what are the two things we can do? Love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor yourself. That's it. The two greatest. If you can do those things, you're pretty good. Most people can't. And I do agree with the idea that religion is compromised. Religion has pushed people away from just getting to know a creator who loves you. Like, again, God is the person here, and God, Jesus, put on earth for a purpose. That we're here, we're alive for a reason. This isn't punishment, this is gift. The idea that we're even born is a literal miracle in and of itself. The way the earth works, like you said, everything points to God. And that's
yeah,
why I was like, you just build a level, a base for it. It all comes down to somebody put you here. Somebody put you here for a reason, and somebody put you here because he loves you. Okay. So if I have a whole blank canvas of somebody who wants to do something good for me, why block the blessing? Why block the blessing? I'm not saying your life's going to be perfect. In fact, Jesus promised it's going to be hard, and that's what he said we need to be in kind of hardship, but make people. My struggles by going through those 2, 3 years by myself molded me to want to be something different. Your struggles of going through, poverty, house changes, crime, dramas, all the trauma that you, like, whatever you went through, it helps build you now. Because imagine if you didn't. Imagine, like, who's gonna break the curses? Who's gonna do it? Somebody's got to do it. It's gonna go on forever. There has to be somebody.
but gotta,
And again, I love talk about just energies in God, and it's an encouragement for people out there that even if you don't believe in Christian or in Jesus or in God, that there's still forces out there that want to help. God wants to help, and it only happens if you help yourself. And again, I'm really impressed that you come to this without a religious kind of belief to it, because Jesus was the only reason I stayed alive, bro. It was like I didn't have I just kind of put it together. Bro, I learned everything the hard way. Everything the hard way. Whether it was bills, school, relationships, everything came from lesson. And that's why I asked, like, how do people even get this? But it's also crazy how it circulates back to God. You know what I mean?
I'm saying, like, everybody goes through it. Everybody, like, we're human. A human is a survival machine. That's what we are. If you see somebody walk on the street, they've been through something. They overcame it. They're still here. They survived.
Mm.
We have the scars to prove it. We're survival machine. All you have to do, like I say, is meditate, bro. You're gonna see it. It's gonna all settle down.
Yeah. God, I like that. You said machines. I saw a guy talking about God, how we are like, how we're, as humans, are building like tech AI and it's like the future. But also, we're like tech ourselves, like God is a higher being of intelligence, and he's imparting part of intelligence onto us. We're like a literal AI creation of his doing, and like, we can't process how much more intelligent this being is. Like, imagine there's just so many variables all moving at once. Or Mentor talks about this, like, you're driving home from a car and everybody looks at it as like you get a huge delay, 20 minutes. And you're like, man, bro, I need to get there now. and like 20 minutes goes by and you see there was a car crash. And it was like, bro, somebody got really hurt, but it was at the exact same time you were supposed to be there. At the same
Yeah,
time, like, there's like all these variables that are going on, they're always working for benefit, literally, which is, again, like a testament to a higher intelligent being that is trying to do you a service.
yeah.
Again, like, where did you like watch, like, was there a YouTuber or a person that kind of puts you onto that mindset, or was it literal life that you're like, this only like, makes sense to me?
Not even, bro, because like I've just always had that calling. I just listened to myself, went within. All this, like everything I've said right now came from within. Not me doing research, not me listening to someone on YouTube, Reddit, anybody else. This is all me. My belief, whatever came from within. Then, like, I seen somebody on YouTube, spiritual something,
Cool.
spiritual something, so Illuminati.
So I've heard of Solo, but I haven't seen a lot of his stuff though.
But yeah, when I found his channel, I'm like, everything he talks about, I already know
Mm,
from within. So like, it was basically like reassurance and just not even that, but I would say confirmation to what I know.
mm. I heard that. You ever hear of Taekwondo?
Oh yeah.
Taekwondo. That's, see, again, like, we've had so many different experiences, but like mine was the opposite. When I didn't know, I searched for God, but I searched on every platform there was, whether it was dating, I listened to every podcast, call her daddy, like anything that was like any kind of information, I had to absorb it. And like I said, Taekwondo, even like toxic, fresh and fit, I like to just absorb information, learn. And then once you kind of get like pieces, and then, like you said, you put it to the source, then you kind of make sense of it. And then after that, I would test it. I need to see this in action. What's really happening? Have you ever like looked at that process where you see like, I know this, but I gotta test it to make sure?
Every day. I like to tell people I'm the living proof. I wouldn't tell you things, I wouldn't do things if I wasn't sure of it.
Mm.
I'm the living proof. Like, it's tatted on me. It's tatted on me.
And it all,
I'm
yeah.
literally like everything I've ever done, you know, I'm sure of it. I've definitely been through it, the trial and error. I took them hits. Like I said, I'm breaking the curse. I'm, starting this. It's me.
You're built for it. You're made for it. You're alive for a reason. And it's part of that purpose. So again, I believe God put this purpose on you to fulfill. It's not just for you, but for your family, for generations, for the bloodline. And like I said, you don't have a religious view, but like, was there ever like a time where you felt like God as the higher being, like calling on you? Or you felt had an experience where he revealed himself to you in some kind of way that kind of like reassured your belief. Like, example, I'll have times where I go to God in meditation and we gotta have a talk. I mean, we're just gonna have heart to heart, and I won't leave the meditation until he gives me like some kind of answer or something that reveals himself. Or I've had people that have walked up to me on the streets and gave me a piece of paper with a note that talks about my situation. Somebody I'd never even met before and hadn't seen again. They're like talking about, I know you went through this, this, and this, and I'm like, who is this person? You're like, was there ever a moment like that?
I mean, I don't like putting God in like uncomfortable situations or backing them to a corner like, hey, I need this now.
No,
I talk
yeah,
to
yeah.
him.
I don't mean like backing them in, but it's like I want to be as close to you right now as I can. Like I want to have a talk with this person. I want you to reveal yourself to me. And the reason why I say that is I believe God says, seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open. When you ask with your heart and your intentions are aligned with his, he's gonna give it to you. Ask and it's already yours. You know what I mean? Asking you shall receive. So when I say that, I mean like going with the mindset, I'm asking for this now. I'm here. I'm gonna wait, like I'm waiting on you. Would tell you, reveal yourself to me. But just to clear it up, not like you owe me and you're gonna give it to me. Like literally like beg almost to have, a closer experience with it.
Yeah, because I feel like, like my personal beliefs and all that, he's around everything, him and the universe. Everything happens for a reason. So I wouldn't be just, just walking around looking for signs, but if it comes about, I know, it came about for a reason.
So you're like a silent happens, or like a God looking out right there. This happened, this blessing, this is God. I believe everything in life that happens comes from God. Let's just, make my stance clear. But yeah, like I said, I like to ask because it's meeting another person who doesn't have the same beliefs but has a lot of the same mindset experiences is very interesting to know how people get there, especially when you believe in the higher power of God. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, what is like your Baby T's official three like pieces, like 3 steps of advice that you would give to a person is like, hey man, I feel like I could be doing more with my life. I feel like I have something to do. What's some advice you could give just to like
Like
get
I
them
said,
started?
bro, you gotta meditate.
It's like we're going back to meditation.
That's where it comes from, man. Like I'm like a broken record, but if you don't meditate, bro, if you haven't meditated, you shouldn't even be walking this earth right now. Get in that room, go meditate, figure out yourself, then come out to this earth.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Meditation is again the best practice of presence because we live in an age where he's present. We're always engaged in somebody else's life, whether it's a streamer, music, TV, drama, or drugs. We're always so filled. And like you said, when you have all these attachments, you're not operating at your highest self. You're not elevating your vibe.
It all stems down to, something like that. Everything like the biggest streamers, the biggest influencers, they know what they're doing. They all know what they're targeting, the mind. So you can free yourself from that and just, like I say, meditate. You meditate, you know what to look out for, you know your energy, you would be good. Like that's the only
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
That's the only advice I can give is just meditate and just stay aware. Be healthy.
Yeah, I'll add on. If we're meditating, like when you have something's come, don't push it away. Don't try to force it out. You can never get rid of feeling or thought fully. You can only transfer it or let it go. So like you're
Yep.
having all these feelings of negativity or anger, don't push it away, but let it be transferred. Energy can never go away, but it can have to be transferred to something else. And this is why you have like the gym people. When you're feeling frustrated or angry, lift weights, transfer the energy into the gym. Even like for guys, they have, and this is where it gets to the spirituality, like sexual energy is also like one of your key source of creativity. The life force we have is the life force that allows us to create, put something new out there. When you're feeling that, we're not supposed to use it, but to transfer it, put ourselves out there. And this is where the YouTubers and the creators, and it comes down to they were persistent. They didn't stop. They kept going. And I've done, I've done the whole social media, got millions of views. You've done the music things, the work that comes with it, but that's literally all it is. You have to have a belief in yourself. You have to know that you're already called for it. If you believe you're made for the music, why operate out of fear of what if? Just know that what's yours is yours. And then the consistency to know that it's not about finding it, it's about aligning with it, aligning with your purpose, aligning with the music. Over time, whether it's now or in a year or two, it's going to open the door for you. Whatever is done is done. Like the future you envision is already there. Whatever we need to get to that future is here now and present. We keep
Yeah.
that again, presence, the mind of being present. Whatever you're looking for, it's not in the past, it's not in the future, it's in the present. And you won't find anything to look at anywhere else.
That's why I feel like everything, all your problems, you're thinking, what can I do to be happy? What can I achieve? All these things, like it all stems down to thinking, using your mind. And that's why I'm so heavy on meditation. That's it.
Bro, back to the bed, bro. About to meditate as soon as we get off. He's about this for the next hour. But it's real. And most people don't think like the way we do. And not like a job, but it's most people don't go through the process of refinement to allow their minds to be elevated a little bit. And that's why I want to like emphasize to people to be open to it. The process of being present, meaning that the past, present, and future, like everybody's just, again, drinking, partying, smoking. That's most of the population. Everybody's not going to make it. And everybody's going to be famous. The key is what you realize these things is to kind of filter out the people or the attachments that you have to yield the highest result. My issue for one is like I've talked to you, and I know these things, and I do, but you get surrounded by environments that don't promote or elevate your highest creativity. Instead, you fall down with everybody else because everybody else not only is there, but they're comfortable there. And their
Yep.
comfort makes you feel like there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? Why are you like this? We're all cool. Why are you the odd one out? You know what I mean? Peer pressure is real. Even if it's possible, you just see people doing their life, doing their habits, doing their attachment routine, and you're like, it might be normal. It's not normal. That's
No, bro.
a big revelation for me. But it also is important, like you said, to spend time with yourself because the process of going through that is lonely. A lot of people can't be around you when you're on that remove and stuff. You're gonna be surprised, at least in my opinion, how much removed you're gonna find, like the things that are gonna be gone.
Definitely.
That is,
Everything 100%.
yeah. Again, it's a very hard, lonely process, but it's good to have conversations with people who would get it because not only will it help each other, but we're both gonna go up the process. The funny thing is, like everybody can eat. There's plenty of room out there for everybody. There's enough money to go around. Not everybody's gonna get it though. Somebody's always gonna have to flip a burger. You know what I mean? Like the key is
Like I got a quote from my song. What I say? If you don't take the risk, another nigga will. You know? Because if you
right.
don't take it, somebody else will.
Somebody's gonna take it. Again, and there's enough room for everybody to eat. I like to have no fear. I'll be honest. I'm still working on the have no fear and all that, but it's real. Like I said, I want to be able to find people. I have buddies that will hold me accountable and call. I hope now that we can hold each other accountable to produce excellence because
That's why I love my group. That's why, no money shortage. Like I say, like you said, it's enough for everybody to eat. Everybody can eat. That's why I'm big on that. There's been times where I cut my plate in half so you can eat. If I see you good, I'm good.
right.
I ain't got the full thing, but like you said, it's enough to go around. That's why
Most people try to like get there and they'll like remove people around you, but the connections, it's the journey and process that make it all fly. We're gonna look back one day and we're gonna think about, man, growing up in Michigan with this, and this, and look at me now. Man, growing up in Iowa being poor, like all these experiences, it makes the destination so much more fruitful, but we have to embrace the experience. You know what I mean?
no, for
I
real.
like
And I never forget, where I came from, Wisconsin, just because like it's so much, it's a part of me and what shaped me to be who I am today. Can never forget that.
I like that. This is a raw, unedited topic, but we are not going to cut. There is no cuts.
Well, I'm done cut.
Straight build-ups, but we are reaching the end. So I want to ask some. I want to get to some segments and get some like personal questions from the artists. Since you are doing music, give me your top three next collaborations that you want. Most important, the biggest you think. No,
Let me see. Like I said, like the biggest I had was Tron. I got that.
yeah,
The only one I was thinking about, a few others, Babytron, AC No, Babyface Ray, like Bankroll Reese.
yeah,
Every feature that was on my list, I had them.
really. So you don't want like no Kendrick Lamar, no
Oh yeah, of
21.
course. Yeah, of course. Kendrick, maybe, Dame Dot, if people know him, Dame Dot, Kendrick Lamar, but them two, that's probably it. Kendrick Lamar,
Lil Durk,
Dame, maybe.
maybe I would Kanye. Any day. Okay, so we got Kendrick Lamar, Dame Dot, Kanye as your next three. You want to get on the next track. Okay.
Definitely.
So what's another, now that, I've heard your whole last album, went through the whole thing. What's like a new style you want to like kind of dive into? Because I have a sibling, he does all the style, whether it's country, reggae. Is that something you're like interested in like branching out, or you trying to like master the craft?
Well, I'm really just focusing on mastering the craft right now, but you know, I'm the way I am, I can adapt to anything. Like if my producer, engineer want to cook up something differently,
Mm.
I'm down for it. Like I don't have a certain style, but I can really flow and match to anything that's sent my way.
Lastly, what's next? Like grand scheme, we have a whole album, guys. The final stage now on all platforms. Go give it a listen. It is fire. No money shortage. But what's like the next big thing? You just dropped an album. What's coming next for BabyTee?
I got a collab tape back to what you said previously with my brother,
Mm.
Really Rich. Collab tape coming up. I have Samuel Jackson, the trilogy coming up,
Okay.
and the X Files revamp coming up. I got a lot of big things cooking. Y'all just gotta stay tuned. Tap in Instagram official Baby T.
Special BabyTee.
All platforms, Baby T, no space, YouTube, Baby T NMS. Stay informed. I got big things coming for sure.
Heard that coming from the man himself. Is there anything you want to impart to the people? Last words of wisdom before we call it.
Hey, just do yourself, meditate. That's it.
Guys,
Do
make sure to
yourself.
listen to this when it comes out. As soon as you get done, take yourself a little meditation, genuine, and find yourself. Find God. All right, guys. That has been it. Thank you for listening to the Let's Get Deep podcast. I am your host, aka Dana. Then we had Baby E, No Money Shortage, final stage out now on all platforms. We'll see y'all in the next.
All right, y'all.